Welcome back viewers, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries and anyone with ears or other sound detection organs. Hope you enjoy. We are continuing with Chaos and Mayhem written by Lord Henry 7878. There is a link to the playlist in the doobly-doo. Chaos and Mayhem, a sexy space babes story part 25. Agent Chilvos lay in the hospital bed fearing the worst. The doctors still refused to give her a mirror, despite her being mostly healed up. That wasn't a good sign. She laid there, counting the tiles in the drop ceiling for the nth time as some doctors tended to escalate her, explaining that they'd done the best they could, but a military hospital this close to a red zone wasn't going to be the best equipped. They'd finally taken her out of her coma, so of course Chilvos listened in. Not equipped for physical therapy, but there's a site nearby, just outside the safe zone. Rather not leave the green zone right now, Yescarata mumbled weakly. You'll be perfectly safe, one of the doctors said. The Baltimore School of Chilvos's translator jumped. She'll didn't have an exact translation for the human word massage, so Chilvos's translator threw up either sensual touching or physical medicine, so she guessed the latter. Is practically across the street, the doctor continued. There will be added security, and nobody knows where you're going. Agent Chilvos knew. And she knew exactly what she had to do. She got on her Omnipad and opened the CryptoKit. She then started the program for spoofing human emails. The sooner this was over the better. Hold on, out of curiosity, Chilvos turned on the camera goddesses above. Her face was a spider web of scars. Steinberg had stabbed her a bunch and threw her aside, but she'd later been trampled by the rioters. Chilvos hit send. It's an obvious trap, Mom said as we read over the email again.
Yeah, kinda realized.
I was mentally kicking myself. We'd all thought everything was well and good. I mean, Agent Yescarata had a piece of metal through the chest.
Fucking alien medicine.
Bit of advice. Lyle added. Even if you think she's dead, always go back and make sure. Barbara snickered. Lyle, dear brother, weren't you a cop? That's just common sense, sister. Lyle turned back to me. But seriously. Double tap every time.
Got it. And yeah, obvious trap.
Luckily, Uncle Bill had taught me something good. It's best to spring the trap with a trap of my own.
Uncle Lyle, are all the cops still looking for a chance to fuck up the shills?
Lang, oh, fuck it, we can't keep him sheltered forever. Jason looked up from his toys. Hearing his dad say a bad word must have been jarring. But yeah, I think I know what you're planning, Uncle Lyle grinned. I told him the rest of my plan and got going.
Once Tom was gone,
Lyle also got up to leave. Before he left though, there was something he needed to do. He cornered Barbara in the hall between Tom's room and the laundry room. Hey Barb. What's up? Well, he didn't quite know how to admit this. This is probably one of the most dangerous things I'm ever going to do, and, well, Shannon's dead, Deb is missing, probably dead. If I die doing this, can you take care of Jason? You're the only family he has left. Of course. Thank you so much. Lyle gave his sister a hug. For the last 20-some years he'd thought Barbara was crazy, a bad parent, etc., but seeing the way her son had turned out brave, caring, if just a little axe crazy. He'd seen just how patient the two of them were with Jason. Lyle had trouble admitting he was wrong, but perhaps he'd been wrong about his sister and nephew. And now it was time to go. He called Zavala. Yo, the former cop said. Hey Zavala, think you're gonna like what we have planned? I'm listening. Lyle could hear a clunk as the officer put down a bottle of something flammable. Yeah. Lyle told him the plan. Get everyone.
And that was how I wound up on the roof of a mall on a rainy April night.
The entrance to the roof was in the gourmet liquor store below, so I'd stashed my stuff in between some bottles of Grey Goose. Place this close to the Shilvates green zone was completely abandoned except for the squatters, and that suited me just fine. The roof gave me a great view of my target below. I could see right into the physical therapy place. I lay there between the roof AC units, waiting for my target. I then heard the voice behind me.
Nice night.
I whirled around, whipping out a pistol before putting it down.
Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill just looked at me.
Haven't heard that name in, going on a year and a half now. You must know Tom.
My heart sank. I knew I looked nothing like the old Tom. Scars, steel jaw and all. And possibly the ski mask I'd gotten a hold of. It had the Jedi symbol on it.
I don't know who you are, but I know what they did to you.
He said.
You don't know the half of it.
It had been a long strange ride.
Wind is
I licked a finger and felt.
pretty slow.
Yup, the rain was mostly going straight down.
Damn it. Definitely not here tonight.
I started disassembling the rifle.
Then maybe you can fill in a few holes.
Uncle Bill said as we made our way back downstairs. I grabbed my stuff from behind the vodka, stashing a few bottles in my bag as I went. Once we made it to the back rooms of the liquor store, I took out a can of Chef Boyardee. Garbage tier, I know, but cold Chef Boyardee had sustained me through college. That and marinara sauce Bloody Marys. What was one more can, right? At least it was the ravioli. I took bites as I filled Uncle Bill in on everything that had happened. Prison break, the nuns, Mom, Uncle Lyle, the interior, everything.
It's you, isn't it, Tom?
Uncle Bill finally said, eating his own cold chef spaghettios. I could feel him checking out my injuries.
Yup, how'd you guess?
Your story picks up after. Hold on, you hear that?
I didn't hear anything, not even the homeless people.
We got visitors.
I picked up the nail gun I'd stolen from the maintenance section.
A whole mall to play in.
I undid the secondary trigger on the muzzle so I could fire it like a gun.
And a few traps of my own.
I tossed him a drill.
Ever see The Equalizer?
Uncle Bill climbed up into the air vent. I went after him. After a few minutes of crawling, we descended into the break room. Through a mirror, I could see a few soldiers outside. They wore the fancy interior uniforms. I pushed open the door, firing the nail gun a few times. See, the average nail gun fires nails at around 1,400 feet per second, still about 10 times faster than a human throw, but slower than your average bullet. Not all bullets, however. The armor sealed up. All part of the plan. I was the distraction. Uncle Bill grabbed one of the Marines, pulling her back into the break room. He started the drill, plunging the quarter-inch bit into her knee. Her screams would draw the rest as he disappeared back up the vent. Indeed, the others followed the screaming into the room. What they wouldn't notice as they started rendering medical aid was the microwave we'd moved under the table, slowly counting down with spray paint cans inside. Hopefully not till it was too late. I ran for it as the explosion blew the doors off. We were meeting in the maintenance area for the next part of the plan. We had to get downstairs. The shill would obviously be watching the stairs, so we had to improvise. Once we got there, Uncle Bill and I both picked up extension cords. The mall was built as a big open space, with the second floor built as a big ledge going around the inside. We crept around as more Marines passed. Once the last few passed us, we struck. I swung the extension cord. I figured I'd rolled a natural 20 there, the cord wrapped tight around a Marine's neck. As she gasped and choked and clawed silently at the cord, I dove over the side, keeping a firm grip. Now, I was praying the weight of the shield would keep me from just dropping all the way. It worked, but I still landed hard on the floor, right in the middle of more of those interior soldiers. They all aimed their guns at me.
Shit.
What happened next even scared me shitless. Uncle Bill landed below me, screwdriver and hammer in hand. He stabbed the first soldier in the neck before swinging the hammer into the second one's face. Nobody could get a shot off as the crazy old man buzzsawed his way through the soldiers. One of the soldiers was smarter than her sisters. She grabbed me, holding me out in front of her. I could pretty much hear the brakes squealing as Uncle Bill stopped in his tracks. "Give up, old man." The interior soldier put on a mask of bravado, but I could hear the fear in her voice. "Put the weapons down now, okay? Do it." She sounded like she was gonna piss herself.
Yeah, do it.
I said, cocking my head to the side. Uncle Bill must have got the message. He threw the hammer. I could feel it sail by less than an inch from my ear as it shattered the soldier's helmet visor. I was pelted with smashed teeth as she let me go and sank to the floor, moaning. I don't think either of us counted on the next thing we heard being slow clapping. Even the remaining soldiers put their guns down, confused. "Very good," human a voice said. An officer stood there, helmetless. When I was laying there in the hospital, I knew that we weren't going to solve this by just throwing soldiers at you. Every chance we had, we squandered relying on our technology. You humans, though, you're fighters. You taught me that when you escaped from prison, evading me at every turn. The riots in the interior building. Even now.
Sorry, who are you?
I was genuinely confused. You don't recognize me from the what's the word, convent? You made me, Thomas Steinberg. Agent Chilvaux stepped into the light. She looked nothing like the bitchy agent I knew and hated. If I had to think of somebody, she looked almost like an exaggeration of me. I had my scars, but Chilvaux? She was straight up disfigured. She looked almost as if she had been sewn back together from 3 different people. You taught me to think like a human. Sell out everyone to keep on fighting, eh? And look at that, I caught one.
Congrats.
I bluffed.
How'd you do it?
I just had to keep the egotistical bitch talking. Oh, you know. A little bait. You may have gotten my email about my partner. So she had put her partner up as bait. Agent Chilvaux showed her true colors, I guess. It worked gloriously. She continued. Perfect. I heard the helicopter. I could also see police vans pulling up outside and state jumping out.
No, Agent Shellos. What I did, that worked gloriously.
Uncle Bill and I dropped to the floor as the doors blew in and smoke grenades sailed in. 2 gas masks slid out of the cloud. As we put them on, I could see lasers in the fog. End of chapter. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss any episode and do all the other YouTube stuff. Visit and support the author, all the relevant links are in the doobly-doo, and comment your opinions, good or bad. And I'll see you next time. And as usual, have a wonderful day.